a partially valid half-truth, if you will, is being pushed.
I can't wait to find out all sorts of new and exciting things I didn't know about myself.
So you just hate Jews, bro?
Yeah, you're just an anti-Semite. Congratulations.
What would you say?
Exactly.
Well, that's different. It's not different. It's the same thing.
We're the only society on Earth who has the obligation to self-destruct, to blame ourselves for every problem that has ever existed, and we just think of ourselves as the worst human beings who are responsible for every bad.
How many Muslims are trying to stop Boko How many Muslims will confront ISIS? How many Muslims the extremists always win? So the peaceful majority, which I know many, they're irrelevant.
Uh-oh. I have an echo? Shit. Well, let's see if it's still there. It's a new mic. Or a new mixer. Uh-oh. I have an echo? Okay. It's not there anymore, right? Okay. Okay. It's a new... Technical difficulties. Y'all know you guys know the name. The unofficial name of the Daily Breakdown. Who knows what it is, all right? If you guys have been watching if you watched last week's show, you guys know what it is, right? Who knows? Come on, let's get the chat up here. Let's see who gets it first. Who gets it? The unofficial name of the there we go. Bad Moon. Bad Moon's got it. We live the technical difficulties with you. It's technical difficulties. That is the unofficial name of the Daily Breakdown because it's a live show. It's a live show, guys. We got to do what we got to do. All right. Welcome to the Daily Breakdown. All right, so guys, I do have this new mixer. I don't know if it's going to give like an echo when there's something playing. I'll work on that. I'll try to fix that. I'll figure something out. If you guys let's try it with earmuffs. See if there's an echo with earmuffs.
Max, can you earmuff it for me?
Was there an echo with earmuffs? I don't know. Because maybe I just have to set something up different, but we'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. But yeah, I like this new one. It's simple. It's the Vocaster, and I've been having issues with mixers. I got one over there. I got one over here. There was an echo. So it's when I play something. I think I know what to do. All right, hold on. We're going to try something.
Max, can you earmuff it for me?
Okay. Let's see if we can go into advanced audio properties and go monitor off. Now, I'm going to play this again, and if you guys don't hear an echo, I think that means we fixed it.
Max, can you earmuff it for me?
Okay, did that work? I don't know. Technical difficulties, gotta love it. Guys, hear an echo. I think that means we fixed it. All right, sorry, I hit my mute button. All right, perfect. I know what the problem is. We have the problem fixed. We will fix any audios or VOs that we put up. I'll just make sure that they are on monitor only, and we should be good to go. All right, so at least, dude, you have any idea how awesome that is? Like I am illiterate at the internet, or I was illiterate at the internet. That was some fast thinking, bro. And I think I got this. It's got this auto. Somebody in the chat was like, "It's junk." Look, every time I get something, somebody's gonna say it's junk. I like it. You go get your own. Go get your own. All right. How about that? Maybe it is junk. I'm sorry. I'm not buying a $600 mixer. It's not going to happen. I've looked at the ones that are affordable in the $100-ish range. I have tried the Maonocaster, which I liked, but it wouldn't work unless it was plugged in for some reason. I was going back and forth with them on their freaking... we're going to...
Max, can you hear much for me?
I was going back and forth with them, but now I can't hear it. That's the problem. Now I can't hear earmuffs, but I know that it's playing and it's a short clip, so we are going to have to figure something out. But for today, we'll just do this. All right. How's everybody doing? Good morning, Misfits. I don't know if I even said that. All right. Well, today we have it's MAHA Monday. It's MAHA Monday. You can't hold it back. Mixers for dummies. Yes, I know. It is MAHA Monday today, and we are going to cover this story at the end of the show. For those of you guys that have never seen the Daily Breakdown before, if this is your first time watching, here's how we do the Daily Breakdown. We have the news, right? And when I say the news, I mean the news. We literally typed in news, right? And we're going to cover whatever pops up. That's the Daily Breakdown. We break down the news. Every once in a while, maybe often, maybe not, I don't know, I might be also bringing on a guest, and we have a guest coming on today as well. We have Alexander Duncan from Patriot Pouch. Patriot Pouch is pretty much our only official sponsor. We did a bunch of ads last week for some affiliates. We're trying to sort of schmooze them over and sell them so that they come on and join the team. Right, like officially. I obviously have affiliations with them, but they're not, actually sponsoring the show, except for Alex. Alex has decided that he sees value in this, and that means we are going to bring him on. PatriotPouchUSA.com. We'll go to an ad read for that, and he'll be coming on in about 20 minutes. But until then, we are going to read the news. We're going to do Daily Breakdown, Alex, MAHA Monday. Does that sound good? And Alex is actually coming in for sort of a MAHA Monday because, if you smoke and you want to stop smoking, pouches are obviously a healthy alternative. And I really want to ask him the difference between nixodine and nicotine. And speaking of sponsors, we have a new affiliate that we're also going to try to schmooze over, see if they want to come on. And I'm wearing their product right now. Let's actually go full screen for this one. Let's pay the bills. Let's get these out of the way first. All right. If you haven't noticed, I'm wearing a new hat, right? And this hat is actually pretty badass. Look at, we got the red, white, and blue. We got the patriotic American flag under the brim. We got it right here on the front. And this is the Heartbeat brand, right? The Heartbeat brand reached out and they told me to pick 3 hats, okay? This is the company here. They have awesome hats. And you can go here and check their stuff out, right? This Freedom Edition, I'm going to show you that in a second. But yeah, if you go over there and you put in code MISFIT25 at theheartbeatbrand.com, you get 25% off, and that's a good deal. So here's the 3 hats I picked out. I got patriotic red, white, and blue, patriotic black and white, and I got the white Freedom. I don't know what hand, I don't even know which one of my hands is working because it's reversed. This Freedom hat, though, is pretty dope, right? We got the Charlie Kirk edition, John 1223, the Constitution under the brim, and use your voice on the inseam. This thing's just pretty dope. So check them out, heartbeatbrand.com. All right, now let's get into it. All right, Khamenei's son named supreme leader of Iran as war wages on. This one comes from CBS News. And I want to cover, I really want to get to that. I just thought of that. I hate to go ADD again on you guys, but hold on. Before we get to the news, We're going to talk about the news. We're going to talk about these scumbags, these pieces of human. This thing has a cough button, by the way. I don't even. I'm going to try to stop swearing by just saying. And then you guys didn't hear it, I hope. Yeah. Like this is one that you guys definitely don't want to hear. Who knows what I said? Okay. What's the website for the hat, Zach? I'm going to put it right here in the chat. It is the heartbeatbrand.com. And now you guys have it right in the chat. Go check them out. Code MISFIT25 for 25% off. You didn't hear a word? Oh, great. I love this thing. This is great. We don't even have to worry. We don't have to worry about the earmuffs. I'm gonna earmuff it for you. I'm gonna earmuff it for you. I should. I'm gonna have way too much fun with this one. Okay, before we get in, ADD, love ADD. Before we get into the news of the day, let's talk about the news in general. Well, look at this. I mean, sorry, guys. I can't earmuff words. You're going to have to read my dirty language here, right? But why the is violent act of anti-Semitism in quotes, right? Just in, a quote, criminal explosion. What? Struck a synagogue in the Belgian city of the Liege around 4 a.m. in a, quote, violent act of anti-Semitism, quotes. That's not even the bad one. Guys, I'm not, like, this is another one. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you trained with ISIS, you're not self-radicalized. We're covering the way these headlines, it seems like everyone, not just the crazy MSNBC news. Everyone has an agenda. Everyone has an agenda. They don't want to, they want to look biased. It's almost as if they want to, I would say some of them are doing this for clickbait because they know it enrages smart people, and some of them are doing it for propaganda. But here, this is the real bad one, guys. There's a couple real bad ones, but the real bad ones I was posting yesterday. So give me a sec while I scroll down through these. But it's insane what these people did, right? It was CBS. I believe it was CBS, Daily Mail, and NBC. I don't know why that just skipped down so far, but let's find it. We're getting close. Sorry if you're listening on audio, guys. This is ADD in action. Yeah, why did it do this? You guys saw that, right? It like paused, and then it just skipped down to freaking March 7th. It skipped down to 2 days ago. How the hell did that happen? Come on. Bear with me. Here we go. Okay. This is the first one. Daily Mail. 6 arrested after homemade nail bombs launched at home of New York City mayor. What? No, they weren't. No, they weren't at all. I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, Muslims tried to kill it. For those of you that don't know, with this story, here's Mike Davis. These 2 Islamists threw 2 improvised explosive devices at quote conservatives. I have my issues with the conservatives, but that doesn't change the fact that that's what happened, right? Jake Lang, who I do not like, who is a grifting fake neo-Nazi. He's just like Nick Fuentes, okay? He organized a protest. 2 Islamists threw improvised explosive devices at a crowd of people, and the Daily Mail said that it's trying to make it sound like somebody tried to blow up the mayor. That's garbage. There's others right here. Actually, I'm sorry. This is the one where I said, hey, maybe you should copy and paste this one, right? Arrests made after homemade explosive device caused terror scare. This is social media witnesses claim suspects yelled Allahu Akbar. They did. It's on video. Here are the 2 suspects. These are 2 radicalized American citizens who trained with ISIS. Very similar to the New Orleans attacker from, I believe it was last year in January-ish, who ran over a crowd of people in New Orleans. Guys, they don't have to be from another country, okay? They don't have to be from a Islamic state. There are sleeper cells in America that are radicalizing American citizens. And that's a scarier problem because they're harder to spot. I mean, yes, these 2, their parents came from, I believe it was Afghanistan. But it's just crazy what we're getting for headlines right now, because that's like insane. Like, that's straight propaganda. It's like real bad propaganda. TMZ joins in on the propaganda parade. Suspicious devices found outside Zohran Mamdani's residence. The only thing that protest had to do with Zohran Mamdani was they had an anti-Muslim, anti-Islam protest outside of his house. He wasn't there. It wasn't against necessarily directly Zohran Mamdani. It kind of was, but by, de facto, because he's soft on Islam, and his wife was, liking October 7 tweets and shit, like celebrating the rape and death and murder of people. Fucking, I don't know, another crazy story. But you guys get my point, right? There are look, here's I forgot, this is the photoshopped one. That's Ian Carroll and Sneeko. But they literally lit a freaking nail bomb. And the only reason people aren't dead is because they didn't make the bomb right, most likely. Okay? They tried to make TATP, right? And that stands for triacetone triperoxide, right? It's an unstable organic peroxide explosive. You can make it in common household chemicals like acetone and hydrogen peroxide. It is 70 to 83% of the power of TNT. They wrapped a homemade compound in nails, threw it at a group of white nationalists, right? Now, again, I don't like the white nationalists, but they had the right to speak and be offensive without getting blown up. That's insane. And the news, the media, is trying to make it seem like somebody tried to blow up the mayor. And that's not what happened. Now, I know we just went 21 minutes, so we're going to have a short news segment, but that was important to talk about. All right, now let's get to the news. Let's get to the daily breakdown. 7th U.S. service member dies with war in Iran. Mojtaba Khamenei is named the new supreme leader. I want Kalshi odds on this shit, right? Because I don't think he's going to be the supreme leader very long. I would say that it's probably, I would say like over under. Like, what would we guess maybe we should do this in the chat. What do you guys guess? What do you guess the over under is on Khamenei's son right here breathing? How many more breaths does he have? All right, what's it? It's Monday the 9th. Oh man, I would go the 14th. I would go 5 days. I'm gonna go Friday. I'm going Friday. Right? Like, I don't know where you guys are at, but I'm going Friday. I'm going over under Friday. I'm taking the under. I'm taking the under. I mean, I'm usually good at this, but I'm not betting any money on this one. But we'll find out if I'm right. We can screen record this one. What to know as U.S.-Israeli war with Iran continues. Mojtaba Khamenei, the son of former Supreme Leader, has been named Iran's new Supreme Leader. Another service member has died. President Trump, who called for Iran's unconditional surrender, indicated he has no timetable for the war. Guys, all right, let's get to this real quick, right? Because the doomers and the black pillars, right? Every time Trump comes out and says that it's a possibility, the doomers and the black pillars will just be like, oh my God, this is going to be a forever war now. No. You understand, while your stupid ass may be listening, so are the terrorists, okay? So are the terrorists. Do you get that, right? You understand that you don't take shit off the table so that the terrorists know your plan, right? You get that, right? Oh, no, you don't, because you are stupid. That's why you're just dumb. You stupid mother. Don't understand. What do we like better? Do we like the mute, the cough button, or do we like the earmuffs? I mean,
Max, can you earmuff it for me?
I don't know. I don't know what's better. I can't hear that. I can't hear that without the echo. So we got to figure out how to fix that. Like, guys, this isn't hard to figure out. Mute, you like the mute? Okay. I like this better? Good. That means I can keep swearing. I just have to make sure I hit this button first. This is great. Oh man, I can't wait to rewatch this. I cannot wait to replay this show and all of the mutes that I'm doing, because I have a new toy and it's great. Evil. I found an evil button. Oh, great. Okay. This is great. Praying for you. Trust me, I'm praying for me too. I know. All right. We'll try not to use the Lord's name in vain. You're right about that one. Okay. Don't ruin my fun, by the way. Okie dokie. We got about 4 minutes to get through the news before we're bringing on the fun. I will not. I never said it. The mute, I didn't speak when the mute was off. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to lie. No, I did. I used the Lord's name in vain. Hail Marys and everything. Okay. What else do we got? Explosion at U.S. Embassy in Oslo may have been You don't hate the media enough. You do not hate the media. May? An overnight explosion at the U.S. Embassy in Oslo may have been an act of terrorism. Look, I'm not saying that they should say definitively one way or the other. I'm saying try using the word likely, right? Try using that word every once in a while. Maybe instead of this whole ignorance type of, like fawning ignorance, like, oh, we don't know what it was. We don't know. I have no idea. Nope, the killer was wearing an Allah, property of Allah shirt. We don't know the motive. Right? Like they could just be like, probably. Yeah, there were people shot in Austin by a dude wearing a property of Allah shirt. Probably related. So every time they're like, we don't know. I have no. Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, let me tell you my guess. Jesus. Sorry, that was, we're trying, baby steps. All right, baby steps. We're trying. We're doing all we can. I'm an imperfect. I say all the time, I'm a Christian. I'm not a good one. Not a good one. But I'm what you got. All right. I don't care about this story anymore. I don't care because it's fake news and geez. That wasn't even me using, the Lord's name in vain. That was me being like, please, can ya? He's right behind me, guys, by the way. Like, look, full screen. Look, I love that paint. Fun story. I have Jesus tattooed on my arm, and I got that because my dad had Jesus tattooed on his arm, and this looks exactly or very similar to a painting I had growing up in my house. It was like one of those felt or velvet or whatever paintings. And I don't know where that painting went. So me and my friends are out at dinner, and we see this neon Jesus that I was just like, I gotta have that. Like I have to have that. So I go to the waitress and I go, is the owner here? And they're like, yeah. I go, could you send him over? And they were like, yeah. So he comes over and he's like, I was like, I want to buy that. I want you to pull it off the wall and I want to take it home. And he's like, oh, it's not for sale. And I was like, man, come on, dude. Give me that. I go, how much? I was like, I'll give you $500. I don't care. Like, I'll just give you $500. And he was like, he goes, I'll be right back. So he goes, he flips the painting over and he finds out where it's made. He goes, oh, you can actually get this online. And so I went and bought it. But yeah. And then I found the whole line, and that's the story behind the artwork on the back of the show. So you're welcome. And that right there, I haven't done anything with that door yet, but I put like the chalk paper thing over it. So we might have something there. I have to have an artist or something come in here because I'm not going to be able to do that. Anyway, ADD, you and me is our guest here. Yes, he is. We're going to copy this link and we're going to get Alex in here. It was a short news coverage thing, but you know what, guys? Get over it. I don't care. Just get over it. All right. Let's try to bring Alex in. Alex is the CEO and co-founder of PatriotPouchUSA.com or Patriot Pouch. And let's say hi to Alex. If we can. We've had technical difficulties already, but we'll see what happens. And there we go. Alex, sir, can you see me? Can you hear me? Oh, we can't hear you, though. Definitely not. Hold on. We'll see if we can fix this. We're doing well so far. with technical difficulties, but we may have, hold on. We may have an echo problem because I have a new thingy. And if so, we're going to have to do something about that. All right. Hold on. Guys, we're going to try the audio, and we're going to hopefully, we're going to have no echo. Monitor only. Alex, how you doing? Can you hear me yet? No? Okay. Well, you can hear me. I know that. Let's try this. No. Okay. No. Okay. Great. Alex is just on the screen, just looking like a mime. All right. Let's try to get it in. Oh, I think I might know the problem. Actually, I do know the problem. Audio settings in video. Oh no, that they are set. Let's try it anyway. No, nothing. Great. Fantastic. Can't hear Alex. Don't know what we can do about that right now. Let's, we may have to try this again another day because I don't have any good solutions to this problem. It's got to be it has to be the new mixer. We're having issues with the new mixer. Oh, you know what, Alex? I know what we can do. No, you know what? It's a live show. We don't have time. We don't have time to unplug stuff. Alex, I'm very sorry about this, but we're going to have to set you up for a new day. And I appreciate you trying. This is 100% my fault. And I will give you a shout out, and I will go through all the Patriot Pouch stuff today. And we'll see if we can get you on for tomorrow. We'll just have to do an audio visual check the night before. My bad, guys. I don't know what the problem is. I got the new thing, and the new thing is the reason. The new thing's the reason. I can see my mixy thingy. Is it on Alex's side? It might have been on Alex's side. But we'll have to do, we'll just have to do tonight, Alex, if you're still watching. Tonight we'll try to do a call. We should have done that anyway. My bad. The first time I don't do a call, because I always do that. I always do the pre-audio visual check. And I've done this so many times. And there hasn't been a problem. So I was like, yeah, go ahead. And the first time I do it, it doesn't work. My bad. Okie dokie. Now let's go back to the news because now we have time. We were actually pushing the limits. Okay, let's see. New York Times. Homemade. Wow. I'm actually shocked. We can't read this. But I'm actually shocked that out of all of the people who wrote a headline that was very misleading, the New York Times did not. Homemade bomb thrown at protest near New York City mayor's house, police say. The counter-protesters accused of throwing the bomb was one of the 6 people arrested after a clash with the anti-Muslim protesters led by the right-wing activist Jake Lang. That is pretty honest. That's insane that the New York Times was the... Guys, let's go back. Let's go back to this, okay? We have TMZ and the Daily Mail. Now, guys, look, I'm not going to play the audio from this because it's got the hard R in it, okay? Jake Lang is not a good guy, all right? Jake Lang is in this clip talking about the Jews, right? And he's saying, we are not going to let you turn our children into hard R N-word lovers, okay? He is a garbage human being. He's a garbage human being. He is a clout chaser. He is a grifter, right? I'm not going to sit here and promote him just because some radical Islamic terrorists tried to blow him up. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say he's a piece of... And so are the terrorists. Now, that does not mean he deserves to be blown up. That just means I'm not going to defend him because somebody tried to blow him up, right? Do you see how you can do this? Do you see how you can be honest in your reporting without aligning with fake Nazis? And the reason I say they're fake Nazis is because these people don't believe what they're saying. I told you the other day, I don't consider Nick Fuentes a Nazi. I consider him a trans-Nazi, somebody who is presenting as a Nazi for clout, for attention, for clicks. I don't think that these people actually have the ability to be a threat personally, like physically, to the Jews or the blacks or anybody. Right? And they hang out with like Jews and blacks all the time. Nick Fuentes is a Mexican twink, right? He's literally not a white supremacist because I think his dad or his mom, one of them, is like Mexican. It's like, dude, if Hitler could get resurrected today and see the people that are the quote new Nazis, he'd shoot himself all over again. All right, it's like Kanye, Candace Owens, like Nick Fuentes, Myron Gaines, Sneeko, like what? So, anyway. But, anyway, back to this story. And we should watch this. Yeah, we should watch this. Let's put this right here on a separate tab because I really want everyone to see that. And now we have the time to play it. We got 20 minutes left, so we'll get to this one in a minute. But as far as the New York Times, by the way, that's not drugs, that's peptides. I'm on peptides. I love peptides. Just in case we're scrolling past that and you guys are like, what? Misfit, what is Misfit doing? Okay, we have suspicious devices found outside of Zohran Mamdani's residence. And then we have the New York Times, who actually reported it honestly, pretty honestly. We have the Daily Mail. 6 arrested after homemade nail bombs launched at the home. Like, launched at home is what they're trying to say. And they're going to weasel their way out of this. They're going to say it was launched at home, like near home. They should be sued for this somehow. But these, like, delete your account, shut down. We have that, making it seem like some white supremacists were launching a bomb at the house of Zohran Mamdani, which is obviously not true. And there was another one. There was one more. Yeah, I love this, by the way. The news on X is basically someone making a wild claim that something happened, so I go look up the thing that happened, and 95% of the time, it did not, in fact, happen at all. That's new media. Mainstream media is just as bad, and we're proving that right now. There was one more story, but I don't know why I don't see it. Either way, whatever. They weren't found. They were thrown at them. Exactly. Thank you, Carl Benji, in the chat. I can't find the third story, but the third story was essentially... let me pull it up for you here. I have it on my phone. I think it was CBS or NBC. Yeah, CBS News. CBS News right here, okay? Suspicious devices ignited during protests. We'll go full screen so we're not thinking that that's what we're talking about. Suspicious devices ignited during protests near Manhattan's Gracie Mansion, Mamdani's official residence. It's insane, guys. They know exactly what they're doing. They're not just trying to be objective, and they're not just trying to not show bias. They're actually trying to show bias. It's propaganda. And you know what? Here's what we need to do about it, okay? Let's go to perplexity, okay? Now let's see if history. Right here. For those of you that don't know, the Smith-Mundt Act authorized the State Department to abroad, like to other countries, to explain the U.S. and its foreign policies to foreign audiences, right? In the 1970s and 1980s, Congress added and strengthened a domestic dissemination ban so that the material prepared for foreign audiences could not be distributed to the U.S. public out of fear of the government propagandizing Americans, okay? This is a good thing, okay? Then, under Barack Obama, the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act, different than the Smith-Mundt Act, relaxed this firewall. State and U.S. International Broadcasting Agency, now the USAGM, can make foreign-oriented contact, essentially propaganda that we send to other foreign countries, right, for various reasons, available inside the U.S., okay? Now, we need to repeal that, okay? Because what it basically does is it allows propaganda in America, okay? If repealed, less formal authority for foreign propaganda tools. Perfect. No specific firewall by itself. I mean, you can repeal just the bad part of it, too. I'm saying just knock this off. Just make a law, no propaganda. Make a law, the media organizations cannot intentionally lie to you. I did good there. They can't lie to you. Make it so they can't lie to you. Look, lying is not illegal, right? But on public broadcasting, it should be. Do you understand the difference? Like, you should be able to lie. Public broadcasters should not. There should be, like, safeguards in place so that your own government can't propagandize you. It's common sense. That's common sense. I don't understand why this is a law. This is option 2. This is the part where I think would be a good, and I'm not a big fan of Massey, but on this I would agree with him. I agree with him on things. He's just a douche. Repeal only the modernization, right? Restore the domestic firewall. If the narrower repeal succeeded, it would reimpose the ban on domestic dissemination. State and USAGM could again be barred from distributing their foreign targeted audience content to the U.S., closing the current channels that lets Americans, domestic media, or, importantly, NGOs request and rebroadcast VOA, Radio Free Europe, etc., right? Stronger protections against domestic campaigns, etc., 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 right? This needs to be done at bare minimum. Bare minimum. That needs to happen. And we know why. Because 2 Islamic terrorists Now, they might have been American citizens, but they were radical jihadist Islamic terrorists, tried and failed by sheer luck or divine intervention, failed to blow up a crowd of people. And the media is trying to make it sound like they tried to blow up the poor, innocent Islamo-Marxist mayor. Bull. It's wild, man. All right. Let's get to MAHA Monday. Real quick, though, I want to play that one clip. It's related to earlier news stories, but not what we were just talking about. Look, there's a lot of propaganda going around about the U.S. blowing up a school intentionally. I don't know. Maybe we did blow up a school. Maybe we didn't. The U.S. says they are investigating. I will wait for the investigation. There's people posting photos on X saying it looks like a Tomahawk missiles, which means it had to come from the U.S., which isn't necessarily true. If it was a Tomahawk missile that came from the U.S. and blew up a school, which killed innocent civilians, I'm still okay with it. And that sounds horrible, but you got to let me finish. It's because that school is right next to a military installation. Literally right next to it. And if you watch this video, you'll understand how the U.S. could accidentally blow up a school.
Israel and U.S. killing.
All right, hold on. By the way, was that echoey?
Were you during that week that the Islamic Republic killed more than...
Okay, we're going to have to find out if that's echoey, first of all.
Israel and U.S. killing...
All right, hold on. All right, good. That one's not echoey. I don't know why, but that one's not echoey. Okay.
Its troops and command. How much more proof do you need that the Islamic Republic is moving its troops and command centers into children's school? If you look at these photos and videos and still claim that this isn't real, then your defense isn't about Iranian lives or human rights. It is about your refusal to believe the truth. Even when the truth is right in front of your face, you reject it because it doesn't fit your narrative. There is no way for you to see the truth after this. These are facts. We are Iranians. Our friends and family inside Iran are witnessing this right now. They see troops evacuating military bases and moving into schools to use children as human shields, hoping to blame the US or Israel if they are hit. The regime is even attacking schools themselves just to stage a scene for the cameras. We have eyewitnesses there. If you still choose to look away, your war is not about justice. It's about what is stuck in your head. You talk about Israel and US killing children? Let me ask you something. Where were you during that week that the Islamic Republic killed more than 40,000 of its own people, including children under 13? You stayed silent. We only needed your help and we called for it. You stayed silent. US and Israel did not. They helped, and we are thankful for it. But the moment a missile hits a military base or takes out a regime leader, not a child, a killer like Khamenei, you run to the streets and start protesting against Iranians? You didn't care when the regime was slaughtering us in the protest. You only care when the regime is at risk. We don't want your support now. We needed you when the children were being actually killed in the streets by their own government. You chose to be silent then, so do us a favor. Stay silent now. Stop talking about us. Your chance to stand with us is expired. We don't need your help anymore. And that is it.
Okay. That seems extremely straightforward to me. Okay. Iran, or the IRGC, not Iran.
How much more proof do you need?
Stop. Iran. Where the hell was I? Sorry, guys. I had this story queued up. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. That's all right. We'll find it. Here we go. Boop. There we go. The IRGC is embedding themselves in schools, very similar to, actually the same as Hamas. It's a tactic that radical Islam uses as human shields. They put themselves in churches, mosques, schools, and hospitals. And that way, when the US or Israel blows up a military installation, either near or in a school, hospital, or church, they run out and they say they blew up a church, they blew up a school, they blew up this, they blew up that. I don't like it, but it's fine. These people come at me, they cropped a post I made where I'm responding to somebody else. And they're like, how many dead kids before you, blah, blah, blah. How many dead kids? It was something like, how many dead kids before like this? And I go, I'm okay with as many dead kids as it takes to stop Hamas. And then I wrote, because, right? And there was this long post, because this, and this. And so what they did was they cropped it. They cropped it so it looks like I'm saying, I'm okay with as many dead kids as it takes, which I didn't say. But I am okay with as many dead kids as it takes to stop Hamas. We talked about, or stop radical Islam from using them as human shields. Now, why would I say that? We talked about the trolley problem last week, didn't we? Do you guys remember the trolley problem? The trolley problem, if you can save 5 people by taking one out, would you? Yes. The only reason I would be okay with that is because more children would be saved. That would be the only reason. And that is the only reason. And you should be okay with it too. And it doesn't mean that you want it to happen. That does not mean you are hoping for, wishing for, or even being contemptible with the death of children. No, it means if your reasoning behind wanting children to live while acknowledging that some children may die, it's the moral position. Okay. For six minutes left, let's get to this final story. MAHA Monday, right? General Mills is the latest U.S. food giant to pull artificial dyes from products. This is a great thing because, again, this is for the kids. This is helping our kids. Adults, you should be able to eat and drink and whatever you want. I don't think that we should allow certain cancer-causing ingredients like red dye number 40 in any products that you can buy in the supermarket without a severe warning label. But, you can buy cigarettes, and cigarettes cause cancer. So you understand where I'm going with this. But as part of the MAHA initiative, RFK has gone to war on synthetic dyes, and I think that's a great thing. But General Mills is pledging to remove FD and C artificial dyes from its portfolio of products within the next 2 years, amid calls from the Trump administration to eliminate artificial colors from the nation's food supply. For its part, Minnesota-based food giant says it plans to let's give you guys the screen here too, so you can read along if you're visual. By the summer of 2026, it will simultaneously work to remove colors from its full U.S. retail portfolio by the end of 2027. Thank you, Bad Moon. Guys, make sure to like and share this video because we got to impress people. We got to impress people. We got to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket. The company said the change, however, will only impact a small portion of General Mills' K through 12 school portfolio, given most of its school offerings today are made without certified colors. Additionally, General Mills said 85% of its retail portfolio is currently made without color additives. That's fine. Today, the vast majority of our foods are made without certified colors and working to ensure that soon applies to our full portfolio. General Mills announced its plans the same day Kraft Heinz issued its own commitment to remove artificial dyes from its U.S. portfolio by the end of 2027. So Lucky Charms, Tricks, we got no Tricks anymore. No Tricks on our kids. No Tricks on our kids. We're not gonna trick them into having cancer. Followed by McCormick, which already told analysts during its earnings call in March that it has been working with restaurants and food makers to reformulate products to remove certain ingredients like food dyes. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been working to cut the colors from the U.S. food supply since taking the office, arguing that some food producers have been feeding Americans petroleum-based chemicals without their knowledge or consent for too long. He also claimed these poisonous compounds offer no nutritional benefit and pose real measurable dangers to our children's health and development. In April, Kennedy and the FDA announced a series of new measures to phase out all petroleum-based synthetic dyes from the nation's food supply. Kennedy noted that this effort would need voluntary support from food manufacturers, but the industry has voluntarily agreed to do so. Essentially, MAHA was the right move. MAHA, meaning Trump teaming up with RFK when he announced his run for presidency to make this country healthy again, is working. And that's why Mondays on The Daily Breakdown are MAHA Mondays, so that you guys can know what's going on. We're also going to try to do some healthy stuff like, I don't have time today, but I was going to show you guys what I made for breakfast, some venison sausage with some eggs and some potatoes, and that's healthier than, this and that. We'll do that next week. But MAHA Mondays are a thing. Now, we're going to try to get Alex Duncan back on tomorrow. Sorry for the technical difficulties today, but the unofficial name of the Daily Breakdown is Technical Difficulties, so we'll get there. Also, I know everybody loves the evil button, right? So we're gonna use that more often. When I say, you guys won't hear it. When I say, you guys won't hear it. When I say, you guys won't hear it, right? I'm not going to censor myself. I still hear it. I'm still a very bad person. But for your delicate sensibilities and your very, very, I would say, good Christian ears, I'm doing my part for you. And you will still, every once in a while, hear a fuck. Shit, did it. I forgot to hit the button, right? But when you do,
I don't know why you gotta do it in front of the kid with the effing.
all right, so we'll do our best. But guys, we got to worry about saving this country, not bad language. Anyway, Sean Farish is coming up next. Let's do as many shout outs as we can. Before that, actually, well, we can't because it's 9 o'clock. But Bad Moon, there you go. See you later.
A partially valid half-truth, if you will, is being pushed.
I can't wait to find out all sorts of new and exciting things I didn't know about myself.
So you just hate Jews, bro?
Yeah, you're just an anti-Semite. Congratulations.
What would you say? Exactly. Oh, that's different. It's not different. It's the same thing.
That's just we are the only society on Earth who has the obligation to self-destruct, to blame ourselves for every problem that has ever existed, and we just think of ourselves as the worst human